Howdy all. Howdy all. Good morning. What happening today? Well, I had to get up early. Shit. And then I woke up at 10:30. Didn't set an alarm. Had to run to town and put some money in the bank because I spent too much money yesterday at Gold Sniping Farmers Auction. That's just the way it goes, man. All right. Here's another little thing I got to have. I need Stack and Silver. I need your mailing address. And I need Seth. Raven Slayer, I need your address. Otherwise, you guys ain't getting this stuff. Send me an email. God, people. You all know you have to send an email, right? All right. I got to pay Hillbilly at the beginning of the month. I got to pay Supreme Ginger Stacker at the beginning of the month. I got everybody else paid today. I got Tooly paid. I got Farmer paid. I think I got everything else done. After this short, very short live, I have to go outside and do some work. I have a neighbor that wants me to come down when he gets off work, and we need to cut a tree down so that the gas people can get in there and deliver some LP at his folks' place. His folks are not able to. They're just able, I mean, just able to live out on the farm. And it's a good thing that boy lives down the road a half a mile from him. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to live out there. And they live a mile from me, so I'm going to go down and help them. That's what neighbors do. Besides that, John is an 82nd Airborne veteran. I wasn't in the 82nd, but I jumped out of airplanes also, so kind of a kindred spirit. All right. First package. People, I got a package here. And I don't know how the hell I can do this without there. Got a package. There it is. This one is from Reggie Neighbors, one of the newer people in our community. Hadn't seen him up until a couple weeks ago, and I think it was on Show Me Stacker's stream. He decided he wanted to give away an ounce of silver in a race, and I was lucky enough to get that. Here is his sticker and his YouTube channel. So Reggie Neighbors Gold Prospecting. If you guys go look at his channel and subscribe. I have already. It's an interesting channel, man. Very interesting channel. And he signed the back of his sticker for me. Reggie Neighbors. I got numbered 16 of 50. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. So we're going to put that right up there. He gave me a little note. Also, congratulations on the win. You deserve this, Reggie. So that's, I mean, pretty nice, man. And then what we got in here, he graciously donated a Beskar bar. I had never had one of these. I mean, it's a cool little bar. It's actually a little bit narrower and longer than a regular 1 ounce bar. So I don't think I have a capsule for it, but I'll look and see if I do. If I do, I'll put it in the capsule. But that's cool, man. I actually won something once. I actually got to win something once. You know, my luck is not the best. I spend a lot of money on people's streams just getting into races. A lot of times it's a dead ass last. Where'd my, there it is. I wanted to find my my package opening tool here. I have a package from Durbin. Yeah, I race a lot. There was a point there where me and Dennis Stewart were vying for last place every time. And most of the time, I come in the middle of the pack. So if there's a dead-ass last race, I don't get into that. If there's a prize for dead-ass last, I don't get that. I don't get first. I'm just somewhere in the middle all the time. That seems to be my whole life. Anyway, let's open this package from Mr. Joe Durbin, Durbin Auctions. And I don't know how many auctions this was. And like my the thumbnail on my letter said, I have to go outside and work after this. I got to go help a neighbor cut down a tree so the gas truck can get into his mom and dad's LP barrel and deliver gas. There's a tree in the way that's gotten too big. So, hey, we got a, looks like only one auction. Usually there are two. Well, I might have missed an auction there, so he might have sent stuff. Yeah, what did I get here? I gave away a PCGS PR69 Decam Jefferson Nickel to the GAW. I gave that away. Bought it and gave it away. I got a Franklin dollar. And I got an Edison dollar. Yeah, that was the auction. I really didn't plan on buying those. But it's an ounce of silver at $30. So what the hell? I mean, no, it's 90%, but let's see what we got here. Yeah, I really wasn't gonna buy those, but nobody else wanted to bid on them. It didn't appear. So what do we got in here, man? A whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's move this one out of the way for right now. We have, this is the, I got a Franklin hat. Or a Benji, sorry. God damn it. I got a Benji, and this is a pretty proofy Benji. Let me get my old eyes out here and look. What do we got for bell lines there? The upper bell lines are there. Most of the lower bell lines, but not in the middle. Crack is good. Dinger is good. The upper part of the bell is not the best, but yeah, I don't know. It's a 1957. It's a 1957 Benji. What the heck? I'll take a Benji if it's cheap. Let me see. Let's just put that right there for right now. Look at the invoice and see what I did pay for that. Franklin. No. Not on here. I wonder if I won that. Oh, yeah. Steve LaPointe gifted this to me. That's right. We were bidding on it, and they said something about not getting a whole lot at auction. And he said, all right, just send it to Gary. So there you go. Yeah, I didn't think I bought one, but yeah, Steve LaPointe gifted this to me. Very nice of him. Thank you very much, Steve LaPointe. I'll return the favor someday. So there we go. We got that. That's kind of neat. I forgot all about that, man. And here we got a Canadian dollar, a 1966, 80%. Is this a dollar or half? I think it's half. Old eyes again. Yeah, this is a half dollar. 80% half dollar. I don't have enough of these. I don't have enough years. I like the crest on this. And this is a very proofy coin. Joe Durbin finds some very nice coins. Very nice coins. This one, I think, might be able to be graded. That sure looks good, man. Get that out of the way. Wow, that looks good. I'm telling you, I got a lot of Canadian coins from Durbin's that could be graded. And I think his American coins, and I don't buy American coins because I don't collect them. Some other people do, but the ones that I have gotten from him have been very, very nice. And so when he finds coins like that, those are very nice, man. Those things, a lot of them could be graded. A lot of them, man. And then I got a nickel. I like my Canadian 925 nickels, and I like my Canadian large pennies. This is an 1899. Wow, that's a nice one. Wow, there's a lot of meat left on that one. And this one is Queen Anne, Victoria. Yeah, there's a lot of meat left on the back side of this one. All right, well, there's the Queenie. And there's the back side of this one. This one's got a lot of meat on it, man. The small Canada 5-cent nickels, I really like them. And Canada large cents. And America had large cents too. I may have one of those, but I buy the Canadian large cents, the Canadian nickels. If I can find the old Canadian dimes, I will buy them too. But those are hard to come by. I got old quarters, old 50-cent pieces, old dollars. Don't have a lot of Canadian dimes, old dimes. Yeah, this nickel is nice. I don't know if I have an 1899 or not. I'm gonna have to look at my inventory sheet. All right, that's what we got so far, right there. Those three. Got a Benji, 50-cent piece, and a nickel. Ah, there's 50-cent pieces. Just so good looking. All right, well, we got this package left. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, I can surprise you. And I do buy American coins, but I buy a lot of commemorative stuff from the mint. Now, whether that'll ever be worth anything, I don't know. But a lot of the stuff I like to buy. Yeah, there's only two in there. And that's going to be the commemoratives from the mint. And they're not going to be worth that much, I know, but those are the American coins that I do collect. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in here somewhere. There we go. And, the United States Mint, they really got cheap in the last few years. This is a Benjamin Franklin commemorative coin program, and I don't subscribe to any program. Let's get this one out of the way for right now. You see that plastic tray? That's how cheap the fucking mint has got. That's crap. Why can't that be just cardboard that slides in and out with this? I have other old coins that show that, but all right. Here's the information certificate of authenticity from the United States Mint, giving me all the particulars here. And let's see, this coin, and I'll show it to you here in a minute, is a Philadelphia, weight of 26.73 grams minimum. Yeah, 90% silver. Why don't they just make them 1 troy ounce? They were making them at 27 point some grams, and now they're 26 point something. Fucking cheap bastards. But I have a couple of other Franklin commemoratives. Very nice coins. I didn't have this one. There he is, Mr. Ben Franklin on the front. And I will read that to you. That says Benjamin Franklin tercentenary, tercentenary. What the hell is tercentenary? 1706 to 2006. All right, with a Ben Franklin signature, full signature on it, and on the back side, it's got the United States of America e pluribus unum $1, and it says on the outside, continental currency, 1776, and then on the inner one it says Fugio egg fecit, and in the middle it has a sundial with a sun shining on it. It says mind your business. So it's a Fugio. That's kind of neat. I saw somebody put that in the chat the other day during this auction. I wonder, what the hell is a Fugio? Well, now I know. There you go. It's a Fugio. Shit. All right. So that's going back in the box. This one goes out in the drawer with my other Franklin and my American commemoratives. That one's kind of cool. Just a cheap, it just bothers me that the United States mints got so fucking cheap. So we'll put that one over there. And then we got one more. Oh, you gotta put the bag on it. You gotta put it back in the bag. Now see, this is a little bit better packaging. And I'll show it to you here in a minute. Let me put this bag over here underneath Franklin so I can put him back in there when we get this done. All right, we'll put that bag down there too. This is the United States Mint Thomas Alva Edison commemorative coin program. Like I say, I don't subscribe to any program, but look at how nicely this one is packed. See, we got this, the outside sleeve, cardboard. Inside, this is cardboard. Cardboard, see? Cardboard. Not that fucking plastic. See, just one coin in there. And see how nice this box is and everything? All right, certificate of authenticity. Who we got? Anybody in chat yet? No? Okay, good. 26.73 grams. Again, 90%, 500,000 mintage. Thomas Alva Edison holding an experimental light bulb in his laboratory, and on the reverse, rays of light radiate from an 1879 light bulb. All right. That's what we got there. This is a much better presentation of a coin. Why the United States Mint can't do this with everything is beyond me. I'll put that down there. See, nice clamshell. It's just a nicer presentation. Thomas Alva Edison. This is a 2004 coin. Holding a light bulb in his laboratory. And then on the back, it's an old light bulb radiating light. Let me see if I can find what it says on it. It says 125th anniversary of the light bulb, 1879 to 2004. United States of America, $1 e pluribus unum. And on the front, I gotta redo that. In God We Trust, Liberty, 2004. Thomas Alva Edison. Yep. just a, you know, is one more important than the other? Edison more important than Franklin? Well, then why does Edison get the best presentation? I would dare to say that Ben Franklin probably has uh, more historical significance than Edison, and that can be argued, I guess. But you see, it's even got the nice little thing right there. What does that say on it? It says proof. It's a proof. Maybe that's a difference. This one's a proof and the other one isn't a proof. Maybe that's what the deal is. I don't know. But it sure is a heck of a lot better presentation than this piece of shit here. Is this a proof too? Let's see. Plastic fucking, that plastic crap. And this box opens up. It's a nice box inside, but it doesn't have a clamshell either. So the presentation's all off. This is just a BU, I think. And that maybe that is the difference in the packaging. There's only 250,000 of these, or there's 500,000 of the other one. Yeah, this is just a BU. This is not a proof. So maybe that's what the cheapness is. The other one's a proof. This one's a BU. That might be the difference right there, folks. But I wouldn't think it would make any difference. Really, I wouldn't think it would make any difference. And what I like about Durbin Auctions is the fact that they will send this in the package. They will send also this invoice by email with a way to pay. After the auction, it's just a really good setup. A really good setup how they do stuff. Diane's cabin. She's the one doing the invoices. And I think they both do packaging, but whoever does the packaging, they're exceptional job packaging also. So Diane, if you're listening, exceptional job with the invoices, exceptional job packaging. Joe does an exceptional job on the auctions, and Bibby does an exceptional job whining and being camera shy. Oh, it's not whining, it's talking. Sorry. She's talking. Let me see. What did I pay for? Yeah, that one cost me a little. Sometimes those nickels cost me more than other times. The Franklin was 30. The Edison was 32. I mean, good prices. I can't complain about them at all. The prices are wonderful. Packaging is wonderful. The invoicing is wonderful. Just a good show all the way around. Okay, so now I got to put these back into bags, and we're going to have to put them on my inventory sheet. We're going to have to put them on my inventory sheet, folks, because I don't want the same one over and over and over again. That's why I have two of these double dollar sets, Canada double dollar sets. I got a, let's go this way. I got a 1989 and 1974 double dollar set, which I bought two of by mistake. So I have two of those for sale. So let's put these back in their bags. and then we'll open them up and show you. I got to go down to the shed. This stuff has got to go in the shed, in that vault. You guys wouldn't guess it, but down there in that butchering room and walk-in cooler that I have, that whole setup. I have another shop set off to the side where I have a couple, God, dog, and then I put that in there backwards. I have a couple of safes, 3 actually, that have different freedom seeds and coins in. And if you can find them, good luck to you. Like people like that. You know, I'm going to come to your place and I'm going to do. No, you're not. You ain't doing shit when you come to my place. You'll be lost. All right. So we'll put that one there also. And while you're being lost, I will be shooting at you. So we'll put this one in a bag to start with here. Yeah, I got some extra bags. So we'll throw that Beskar bar in there until I find a capsule for it, if I have a capsule. If not, it will stay in a bag just to protect it. I don't know. It probably will go in my safe with my other 1 ounce bars, because I really hate getting rid of 1 ounce bars. You know, I'll put that Beskar bar on the table, kind of like this prospector, this tone prospector. And if nobody wants that, the next couple of races, days, weeks, I will put that in the safe along with my other 1 ounce bars. I got 35 or 40 1 ounce bars. So, and this little note and this sticker, I'm just going to staple that together, and we will, and that's going to go in my cigar box right up underneath my stage there. That's where I keep all my notes, and well, that's where I keep all the notes. But the stickers, let me get that out of the way. The stickers are all in this box. Nope. That's let's look and see. Maybe I have do I have a square one in here? Yeah, I do. But that ain't going to fit that Beskar bar. I can tell you that right now. Well, it might. Well, as long as I'm in there. No, let's see, where are the, don't have them here. Oh, I know. I think they're over here. Let me pull this one up here for a second. Let's see if I got it. I think this is where they're at. Yep, that's where all the stickers are at. Why is that one like that? Shouldn't be like that. That's a Steve looking for silver. And that thing is full of stickers. And I got to get a book pretty soon and start putting them in there. So, yeah, but you know, what we'll do is a lot of time, who's ever stream I'm on, I will take out their sticker and prop it up on the table. Who's ever stream I'm on. So, all right, let's do this. There, we got those 2 that got to get sold. It's a 1989 double. This is the Voyager and the longboat. And this is 50% silver here. Oh, 50% silver there. And the rest is clad. And this one down here is bronze. And you got Queenie on, all the Queenies on the back. You can't see them worth a shit, can you? There you can, maybe. all the Queenies on the back. Yeah. There you go. All the coinages and the good stuff there. And then you got this one. Comes in this brown holder. Sometimes they come in them, sometimes they don't, but that's the way it comes from the mint. And then you got this one's got a clasp on the side. Some do, some don't. This one is a Winnipeg 100th anniversary coin up here, dollar. And that's the clad one down there. Everything else here is clad. And this one does not have a COA specification sheet with it. So I'm going to assume that it's also 50%. It's a 74. Yeah, it's a little older. I don't know. I don't think it's 80%. I don't think it's 80% until later. But I think they're 50%. So anybody collecting Canadian stuff, I have these. They're $25 a piece. You got them right there. Now, let's see if this Beskar bar will fit in this capsule. I don't have much hope, but it's possible. It could fit. It looks like it might. There we go. I found the opener. There we go. Phony opener. Will it fit? Will it? No. It will not fit in there. God dog it. Look at that. Just a little bit. It won't go in. I don't know. Maybe I can force it in there. Let's see. I don't think so, but nope, that ain't gonna fit, man. That is just a little bit too long. So there you go. That will fit these bars really well. This one came without a case on, and I found one. I think these Beskar bars are just a little bit too big. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to leave it up here on the table. Somebody is going to want that. I will set that up there for right now. The rest of the stuff goes out in my stack. Oh, if any of you guys want Eisenhower dollars, no, these are all clads. Those are all 74s there, the 77 and the 78 there. And then these are all 1776 and 1976 here. These are 76, 74, 77, 78. Sell them all. You want them? I'm not going to pay shipping on these because it's going to cost me $5 to ship it. $5 and some cents to ship them to you. So I'm going to start them at $5. If you want them, they're $5 a piece. Take as many as you want. If you take them all, that would help me with shipping. What do you got? Hi, Peter. Did you guys see what I got from Durbin's? I got another 1899 Canadian nickel, small Canadian nickel. The ones that I really like to collect. This one had Queen Victoria on. I got the 1966 Canadian $50 with a coat on, with a crest on. I like them also. Don't have enough of those. I was gifted a Benji, 1957 Benji from Durbin's auction. And I'm telling you what, these coins are proofy, man. Just proofy. Gifted by Steve LaPointe. And then I also got this Franklin $50 BU commemorative. It's not a bad coin. The presentation is bad because plastic tray and doesn't have a clamshell, but it's the BU version. So, and then we got the proof version of the Thomas Edison coin. A lot better presentation. Everything's cardboard, clamshell. It's a lot nicer. And then anyway, I was talking about this Beskar bar. I won that in a race. It was a gaw race. And real nice, man. I will go back here again and get the young man, I don't know, sticker and the nice little note that he sent me. It's from Reggie Neighbors Gold Prospecting. And he has a YouTube channel. I mean, go check him out if you like gold prospecting. Wrote me a nice note in the package. And the sticker is number 16 of 50, and he signed that for me. So, yeah, he came up on Show Me's, and he was in chat, and he decided he wanted to give something away. And he's one of the newer folks in our community. So, I thank him very much for his. Didn't expect it. Been a long time since I won anything, so nice, man. It's going to be up here on the table, so. And then sending me that sticker was wonderful. Didn't expect any of that. So, yeah, look, people do nice stuff like that. That's why I like this community, man. Anyway, I was telling people I got these Eisenhowers to sell, and I got those two $double sets from Canada to sell. If anybody collects Canadian stuff, I don't know if they do or not. This stuff here, this all goes out into my stack. I don't think I got anything this time around in the packages that are not going into my stack except for the Beskar bar. That one stays up here. Yeah, that one stays there. And I cannot find, I have to go out later. Just when I get this done here, and it's going to be done and not too soon because the neighbor gets off work at 2, something like that. Same as my wife. Anyway, he wants to my help cutting a tree so he can get the gas truck back into the LP tank because the tree got too big. So we got to trim it. I don't think we got to cut it down. I think he wants to just trim it. And his folks can't do it because they're in their 80s. She has health problems. He has health problems. Luckily, he can still, well, they both can still drive, but they shouldn't be. And they just live down the road from me. So, I mean, like I said, John's a neighbor. John is a 82nd Airborne vet. He's had ankles, knees, shoulders worked on. Younger than me, too, man. I don't think he's in his 60s. I think he's in his 50s. And so I'm going to go down and help him. Whether that means I got to get up in the bucket of the tractor and cut branches, I don't know. Oh, beard cam. There we go, beard cam. Whether that means I got to get up in the bucket and cut or what, I don't know, but I'll get up in there and do that. I am not going to climb a ladder because the last time I climbed a ladder, well, second to the last time I climbed a ladder, I blew my knee out. So, and I had to have my quad muscle sewed back on. Yeah, twice. If anybody knows Seth Remoslayer, he needs to drop me an email. Otherwise, I can't send him this Muhammad Ali in a TEP. Same thing with Stack Ann. I have her envelope with her win in ready to go. But both of them need to drop me an email with mailing addresses on so I can send them their wins. And I on Ginger's stream, I mentioned that when they won. I also mentioned it at the end of the stream, and they still haven't dropped me an email. So I don't know what the deal is there. I had a interesting little experience yesterday. My brother brought me a handgun that he had bought, and it was in pieces. Well, it wasn't in pieces. It was it just the cylinder one turn. It was a 22 revolver, cheap one, cylinder one turn, blah blah blah. And I started to shake it, and it was crazy. Parts are falling out of it. So, all right, I'll take it apart and look at it. So I took it apart. Well, it needed a lifter and it needed a spring, and I didn't see that it needed a spring. Anyway, I got the lifter and I started putting stuff back together. I couldn't get the damn thing back together. I needed another hand or two or vise or something. And I don't have a barrel vise. Well, I do have a barrel vise downstairs. I just didn't go downstairs and do it. Anyway, I took it over to the young guy that fixes guns over at the gun dealer over here, and it was all in parts in separate bags for separate groupings. In the pistol, you got the hammer group, you got the trigger group, you got the cylinder out, and I had bought the lifter. The lifter had $24.95, $25 I paid for that part. Little bitty, just a little bitty thing. Anyway, I took it over there, and they put it back together. He actually made the spring. He didn't. Well, he's got extra springs. He didn't make it. He just had another spring right diameter and spring. That's when he just cut it to length. So yeah, I made a spring. It's not like he wound it. No, he didn't do that. Anyway, it cost me $120 over there for that spring and for them to put it all back together and test it. Well, it works fine single action. Pull a hammer back, boom. Pull a hammer back, boom. Pull a hammer back, boom. Everything works fine. In double action, you get a light strike on the primer on the shell. Why is that? That shouldn't be. Because the strike on the primer would be the same when you pull the hammer back and release it, or pull the trigger and the hammer goes all the way back and releases. It should be the same strike, right? So I got to take this one out and test it. Well, my brother said, well, I only got $85 in it when I bought it. I told him $145. That's what it's going to cost you. My time is free. Only have 185 in it. Well, or 85. So 85 and 145 is what? Come on, math. Okay, 145 plus 85 equal So the gun cost him $230 and it works. Oh, I can buy 2 new ones for that. Well, go ahead then. Go buy 2 new ones. I'll just keep this one. How's that? And then you're out $85. So I made him an offer. I said, all right, I'll pay you $40. You're going to eat 45, and I'll just keep the gun. How's that? So we'll see what he says. Water. And we'll see what he says. Oh, by the way, I'll bring this over here for you so you can see. There's the gun. It's just a little 9-shot New England firearms revolver. That's all it is. It's not like it's a big deal or anything. So, bring you down just a tad. Bring you down just a tad so you can see. And you can see my Mr. Turkey back there. Mr. Turkey has 5 beards. And I mean, there's over 30 some inches of beard on that turkey total. It was only a 21 pound turkey, but really weird beards. Only had inch-long spurs too. It wasn't the dominant bird. My buddy shot the dominant bird. I shot this one. Anyway, when I sent it in, the measurements in and everything to get, was it 125th? I think it was 125th or 126th non-typical on the National Wild Turkey Federation's record book. So it was only like 20 something, 30 something in the Iowa books. So for a non-typical turkey. So I've seen plenty of 2-bearded turkeys. Matter of fact, and bearded hens. I have a bearded hen in the other room on a mount. She's got a 6-inch long beard on her. I mean, a 6-inch long beard. And I know there's another turkey out here. I saw her with a beard on. The beard was only like 3 inches. So, you know, you go all the way up to the chest because of the feathers there. She's probably 4 inches. By now, she probably has a nice beard on her because that was a couple years ago. I haven't hunted turkey for 2 years, so. But I got that one in southern Iowa. That one right there. That was down in, what county was that anyway? Keokuk? Yeah, Keokuk County. So that's why I like hunting turkeys. Hunting turkeys is so relaxing because you can sit in one spot and wait for turkeys to take a nap. If you know that's their travel way or where they go out and strut, you can just sit there and take a nap until they show up. Call them, see if they'll come over, shoot one, go home. I don't get up and chase them. I get turkeys to come to me. That's why you do your scouting, man. Yes, that was nice. That was a real nice thing that he did. And I'm glad I won that. I really am. Hey, Corey Lee. Yeah. I just bought a bigger monitor. That's all I did. Mine developed a problem. My old monitor developed a problem. It wouldn't work any longer when it had a fist imprint in the middle of it. My wife made me so mad one night, I punched the monitor. Yeah, I know, man. You gotta, if you're going out for, I got one mount in the other room, and it has a place for a fan, and it's got the shot shell holders for 10 beards on that one. And those are all long beards. Anything over 12 inches, I got them in there. I have another board outside. I'm working on that one. I think I got 6 beards on that one now, 5 or 6 long beards. I have another tail board that holds 10 that have all of my little cigar butt beards on, you know, anything 10 inches and under. And I have some really curly, twisty ones, some ones that are real thin, only have like 25, 30 hairs in it, and that's it. I mean, real thin. And I do them different because then I preserve the legs all the way up to the knee with the spurs on instead of cutting the spurs off, with the toes curled around. And I put little gold hooks on and the little eyes, and then I just hang them right from the turkey mount. It wasn't designed that way, but that's the way I do it for the mount. It's kind of neat. I'll bring the one in from the other room sometime and show you. And the bear, the bear's in the closet. My wife doesn't like him hanging on the banister over there going downstairs. He should be on the wall stretched out, but we ain't got the room for that. He was made into a rug, so he could go on the floor. That's my first bear. My second one, I gave the skin to my brother for when he goes to trappers conventions and stuff. He puts that on the table, and then he puts his knives and crap out to sell. And the bear gets it gets attention that way. So. But yeah, that's my plan for this afternoon. And I will, as I'm sitting here talking, I will text John and see if when he's ready to go, and I'll run down call when ready. Okay, I'll send him a text. All right, so we got that text sent. Oh. Ginger wants to know what. Okay. My brother said, bring that son bitch over anyway. He's gonna sell it. That pew pew there. He says he ain't eating anything. Bring it over. I'll pay you, and then I'll sell it. Okay. Okay. What am I gotta read the damn chat. Percussive man seems to call me like crap, bro. Yeah. That's correct. The old tube TVs do. These new monitors do not. I don't know. I've taken a few of these monitors apart, and there really ain't much but plastic to them. You know, the screen is not glass. It's very, very, very thin, fine plastic that breaks. It's almost glass, but it's not really. And there's plastic on the front of it, plastic on the back of it, and a couple circuit boards in there, and the switches for the on, off, and volume control and that. But there ain't much in there, buddy. There ain't much in those monitors at all. Wouldn't walk on it, so I'll say, yeah. I don't know if it's a gel. I've taken plenty of them apart, so on a lot of those circuit boards there is silver and gold on there that can be reclaimed. So you take all the circuit boards and you take all the copper wires off. Okay, all your copper wires, power cords, all that stuff, and that goes in a pail. Circuit boards all go in another pail. If you got motors, take the motors apart and take all the copper out of the windings. All that goes into one pail because that's clean copper there. It's not like the cords because that's dirty copper over there. It has to be clean. Clean copper like soft copper pipes and that copper wire from windings and stuff like that. That's all clean copper. That's a different price. So I just keep all that stuff. And the circuit boards all have silver and gold on them. even minuscule amounts, and or even other metals, and they reclaim all those metals. So those boards are worth money. All the circuit breakers in your boxes, if you guys do your own electrical work like I do, those circuit breakers all have a button or two in them that are pure silver. So you find old breaker boxes from the side of the road. You know, they got the big breaker boxes for electricity, going into big hog farms and stuff like that. When they replace them, you can go get them, and man, you'll get a couple ounces of silver out of the big ones. Out of those circuit breakers, you probably get, oh, I don't know, 2-3 grams of silver out of each one. So it's worth taking them apart. I do. It's just something you can do sitting down in the shop. Get all your buckets there and your great big waste can. Throw all the plastic in because that all gets burnt. And then the other stuff goes up to Leroy, Minnesota, to their recycling yard up there. I have steel and copper and lead and all kinds of stuff I take up there. Most of the soft lead tire weights, I'll melt them in my melter and scoop out all the impurities in the steel, and I'll take and pour those bars or pour that lead into Lyman reloading bars. I don't know, those bars are what, 4 pound a piece, whatever. I probably got 500, 600, 700 pounds of lead out there in bars. And I have one sheet, I found it. It is, a good 3/8 thick. And it's probably 2 foot by 3 foot, 3/8 thick, soft lead. You can roll it up and unroll it. So I just kept that in a sheet like that. I'm not going to cut it up into pieces and melt it. But hey, it's worth doing it. Hey, Corey Lee, I was going to tell you, I watched your video on the bells the other night. When was it? I don't know, a few nights ago. The one bell, if you ever want to get rid of it, that first big metal bell that you showed, not the one with that weird thing on the top of it, but the first one that you showed has the best sound of any bell I've ever heard. I don't know if that was copper or what it was, bronze, but that was a nice bell, man. Nice sound to it. All of the glass bells all have, the tinkle sound like glass bells do. But that last bell that you showed, that crystal bell, that one's worth some bucks, buddy. That one's worth some money. Yeah, dirty word for the day is work. And then if I'm outside and I'm doing that, it doesn't take long. I have to take the tractor over and load some wood and throw it. I got a couple of splitting piles, so I got some split wood. I got to pick it all up and take it and put it in the shed so it stays dry for the winter, for the rest of the year. Yeah, the first metal bell that you showed, it was the first big metal bell that you showed. I don't know, bell was probably about that big around, that tall. I don't know. That one had the best sound of any of the bells, I think. It was metal. It was the first metal one you showed. It wasn't you had another metal bell. It was about the same size, but it had that big circular thing on the top of it, whatever it was. I didn't like that one. The one before that I liked. And then that crystal bell is just amazing. That one I wouldn't want to ring that one just simply because I wouldn't want to crack that crystal, man. That's a nice bell. I did like that metal one too, because that one, out of all of those bells, out of all those bells that you had the best sound. And I don't know what kind of metal it was. I've heard copper bells that had a real good sound to them. Most of the silver ones, depending on what coin is in them, how thick they are, and how big the bell shape is, they all, to me, have a different sound, different pitch to them. And there's some I like, some I don't like. Maybe it's just because I'm deaf and I can't hear them. Some of the different ones, the ones I can hear are the ones I like. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But yeah, that first bell you had, that first metal bell, big one, was the best sounding one. And then that crystal bell, man, I wouldn't trade that for nothing. I wouldn't trade that for anything. The brass handled one, the Texas tourist one that had that circle on the top, I didn't like that one. I didn't like that sound. I liked that first one better. So that might have been the plain one. I'd have to look at them again, but I'll go back and look at it, look at the video again. I left you a comment, so yeah, I did like that one bell, and that crystal bell I thought was just awesome. That would be the centerpiece of my display, and I would have other bells around that. And I would put it on a piece of felt, a piece of carpet, for me, what I would do would be to use a fur. I have tan fur downstairs. I'd probably use a nice big raccoon pelt and put all those bells on it. But a guy could use fox or coyote too. That'd be all right. I wouldn't use the skunk pelts or the possum, but you know. Red fox, gray fox, that fur would be nice. Red fox is a little too fluffy for bells, I think. Gray fox is shorter haired, would be real nice looking because it's gray, it's red, and the colors contrast. I like gray fox. Yeah, I put a like on it too. You got to quit drinking so much coffee, man. You got the jitters. I can see you got the jitters, man. Put the coffee down. And that might be because of your medical problems too. I don't know. Cherry coffee table. Yeah, coffee table is nice. Yeah. Well, a little I saw of it anyway. All right. So what do I got to do? I don't know. It seems that I can't handle any weapons to show you. I can handle knives. That's about it. I did show you this pocket knife. I did show you that, didn't I? My uncle died and left these. He had a bunch of pocket knives, and he said to give them to, before he died, he told my aunt and give them to the boys. So I have a Jim Dandy pocket knife. This a two-blader, I think. And this one, I look, is made by Cutmaster in Utica, New York. So this is a really fine pocket knife. It was cheap. Inexpensive. Didn't cost that much, but they were a really nice pocket knife. And I think I got probably the best one out of the bunch. But and then there's I did show this to Well and Carry, but and then this one had a punch on this right here for making holes and stuff. But this one's in pretty good shape, man. Yeah, it's called, you can see the name on it. The name of it is Jim Dandy. It's a Jim Dandy. And like I told Weldon Carey, I don't actually collect pocket knives. I have a few, but I don't collect them per se. I collect fixed blade knives, but I have a few. So I'm going to have to bring them up and show him, make a video. Actually has a really good spring in it yet. Nice. And this knife hasn't been abused. This one has been carried in a pocket, needs sharpened and cleaned up, but that's a real good example of an inexpensive, good pocket knife that your grandpa and your dad used to carry in their pocket everywhere. Never be without a pocket knife. I gave each one of my girls a pocket knife when they were younger, in grade school, actually. And I told them not to cut themselves, but to always carry a pocket knife. And I think every girl has a pocket knife. I don't know. I have to ask. In their purse. Because you never know when you're going to need a knife. You never know if there's going to be cheesecake or you're going to have to kill a motherfucker. That's just it. Oh. What did you have on your armchair? I have to go back and look. I did see long guns there, I think. To me, that's just normal. Yeah, and I don't even pay attention. So, length of your pinky, pinky, length of my pinky, yeah. Yeah, and Uncle Henry is a good knife. Uncle Henry was not a bad knife at all. Inexpensive and a very nice pocket knife. Very good. The quality was good. Arming chair, yeah. Yeah, the lessons is actually, if you had a grandpa and you worked on a farm with your grandpa or grandfathers, I had three sets. I had my dad's parents, I had my mom's parents, and I had my stepdad's parents. So I had three sets of grandparents. None are left, but I had three sets, and I got to work on the farm with each of them. So the lessons they taught you, if you just observed, they needed to cut something, they just reach in their pocket and pull out a pocket knife and cut something, put it back in their pocket. And there were lessons like that, about working and about what you carried and about what you did. If you paid attention, those lessons soaked in, and you find yourself doing the same thing. Anyway, I do. I'll bet you I could still fucking milk a cow by hand. I'll bet you $20. Even with the arthritis I got, I'll bet you I could milk a cow by hand. I'll bet you I could still use a milking machine. Maybe not the most modern advanced ones, but I'll bet you I could still do it. As far as I know now, they have 4 or 8 because the person milking is standing in a pit. The cows walk in, they're on a platform up above, like waist high, shoulder high, and they put the milkers on the cows while they're standing there eating. The cows all know to come in, go out, come in, go out, and they know their place in line, and they get used to that. And the machine runs right to the tank. Oh, it gets strained and filtered and everything in between, but it goes right to the tank, not exposed to the outside air at all. From the cow right to the tank. So yeah, that's the way to do it. Actually, we built when I worked for the Brum Construction and Logging. That's when I got out of the Army the first time in '78. So I worked there from middle of July '78 to January of '80 or something like that. No, July of '80, 2 years. I worked pouring concrete for the first year. Yeah, first year. Concrete, and we built a dairy barn for a guy and did the concrete work, built a dairy barn, all that. And he had the new pit style and all of that. And he just lives up here about 8-10 miles away. And he's still milking. Has what, 5 employees now, something like that. Started out just milking cows on his own, a young dairy guy, and has grown into a big company with 5 to 10 employees now. And man, yeah, one of the girls that is a friend of mine's daughter. I used to compete against her when she was in school with bow and arrow, and she works up there. She's married now. She has 2 kids. So yeah, and then the last year I worked for Brum Construction and Logging, I was actually logging, and I was driving a skid loader. No, a skidder. Driving a log skidder and pulling logs up and out. And then I got tagged to go to central Minnesota with another guy, and we were up there logging drainage ditches. We were subcontracted to take the logs out of cottonwoods, 90 or 95-year-old cottonwoods that were going along the drainage ditch, and they were contracted to dig out and straighten the drainage ditch, and cottonwood had to come down. So we were subcontracted to take the logs out of cottonwood. And as I picked up logs, Caterpillar would come through and pile all the tops and roots on a pile, and they'd burn all that shit or bury it. And I was driving a Franklin Prentice pre-hauler. So I would drive down in the field from the landing, get up, operate the claw, load the damn thing up with logs, get back in, drive it up to the landing, pile all the damn logs. And then when the semis came, then I would load the semi-trailers with logs, and away he'd go, and I just keep on doing that. So yeah, I was driving a Franklin Prentice pre-hauler and operating that. And when I was down in Iowa logging, I was driving the log skidder. I think it was a John Deere skidder too, if I'm not mistaken. Well, the other guys I was cutting trees too, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was doing all that, but my primary job was to drive machinery. So yeah, pocket or belt, doesn't matter. Yeah, I saw your bull, and I can't believe that that's only a 25-pound recurve. I can't believe that that's 25 pounds. And yeah, a pocket knife. That's what I carry for a pocket knife. But, and I've showed this before. It's a razor blade. It's an outdoor edge. And the blade comes out. See, it's got a release over here on the side by my thumb. See the release up there? And then replacement blades just slide back in and lock. You can sharpen the blades, or you can just get new blades and throw them away and get new ones. But I sharpen them a couple of times before I throw them away. Yeah, and it's a lockback. I watched a guy my guide in Colorado, when I went elk hunting, I started with a knife. He said, here, let me do it. So I said, okay, well, you're getting paid for it, so I'll let him do it. He actually skinned the entire elk and gutted it with this. So it made a believer out of me. These razor blade knives made a believer out of me. But I still like my fixed blade knives. You know, I still to this day will I still to this day will collect fixed blade knives because I like good knives. I make knives. I try to emulate knife makers like this. And this is a cold steel Magnum Tanto. Love this knife, man. I love this knife. $250. Try to touch one today for $350. Man, I love this knife. I need a harness for it so I can wear it in my back right here. So I can just reach over my shoulder and pull it out. That's what I would like. Like a Deadpool, but I only need one. I don't need two. Damn fine blade. I don't know how many of these cold steel knives I've had. 3 now. I had the Hunter, this Magnum Tanto, and I got another one downstairs. I don't know what model that one is. Shorter knife, only about like that, but damn fine blades, man. That I like fixed blade knives because I make them myself. I actually am working on a rasp knife now, and you know how thick a rasp is, and I got to take all that steel off of there. I've annealed it, and softened it, but it's still harder than hell, and I got to take a lot of steel off that thing yet. And then I got to sharpen it because this is a hollow ground knife here. I like this hollow grind. Anyway, there you go. That's what. All right. One for each leg, yeah. Oh, I didn't say you were an idiot. I'm just saying that if kids are paying attention with their grandparents and their parents, they pick stuff up just by watching, you know. Even if they don't say anything and tell you things, you'll pick things up by watching. I did, so. Brass-ended buck lock blade. Oh, little buck razor. The buck 110s, I think you can still get them. It isn't a lockback, but that's a classic buck brass-ended knife right there, wood in the middle handle. And that's a, what, 4-inch, 5-inch blade? That's a classic buck right there. Buck 110. I think I've had 2 of those. I don't know if I still got them or not. I don't think so. Who made the Tanto? That's what I want to know. Ah, preempting. Yeah, okay. Who made your Tanto? I look at manufacturers, I look at makers. I try to get a knife from each of the famous makers if I can. And then if you go to knife, a lot of the knife channels where they review knives, I've seen some guys that just I wouldn't. Stuff that they recommend, sometimes I wouldn't buy, but you know, it's whatever a guy likes. I wonder if John has texted me back yet. Okay, he says around 4:30 or 5. All right, very good. See if my brother's out at the farm this afternoon. If he is, I'm going to take that pistol over, get paid for it. See if he's out at the farm this afternoon. If he's out at the farm, and that's about 6-7 miles away, then I'll drive over there and take that gun over and get paid. Scala gladiatoria. I don't know if I watch him. I'd have to look at which night channels I got on. And then I'll get some more. You want to see this video get taken down? Just watch me pick up that gun. I can show guns all day. I just can't touch them. I can't even touch them with a pointer. I did that one time. I took this pen and I was pointing to a gun. I actually touched the gun. I just, I was pointing at the gun, blah, 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 and I touched it like that. I touched it, pointing. That video got taken down. So you can't touch a gun with anything, not your hands, not a pointer. Even if you stood back fucking 3 foot away, a yard with a yardstick and fucking touched the gun, they would take that fucking video down. YouTube's an ass. And I'll leave comments on Facebook. And I've learned not to type cuss words in comments. But like yesterday, I called somebody a fucking C word. And so I spelled it FVXKINGCVMT. And YouTube came back and said, this goes against our community standards. Do you want to leave it or edit? So I said, leave it. Leave the comment. What the hell? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't write anything offensive. If you were offended by my comment, tough titty. It wasn't meant to be rude or insensitive. I was just making a statement. Which link, buddy? Which link are you talking about? Chief has been on the nose too. Well, yes, that's true. The link for, I think, yeah, China. Yeah, Chinese still sucks. Matt Easton, British bloke, huh? I think I have. I think I'm subscribed to him. I am subscribed to like 3 channels, British guys for coins. I know I'm subscribed to one for blades. So I probably am, I would think. Dale M., how the hell are you? I haven't seen you in a while, man. I don't see what. That warning from YouTube. Yeah, I mean, they allow or they don't allow. So that's why I misspell stuff. So they have to allow it. They can't put me in jail or ban me for intent. I'm sorry. Prove intent. There's no circumstantial evidence to prove intent. Intent can be proven, but you have to look at all the circumstances first to prove intent. Oh, Dale, we're just bullshitting. We got a few coins from Durbin auction. I did get gifted a Benji by Steve LaPointe. Steve LaPointe gifted me a Benji. We were both bidding on it. I made a comment about not getting something. He said, send it to Gary. Okay. I got a Canadian 50-cent piece. I mean, proofy as shit. Look at that thing, man. Front with a queen on. Oh, man, that's a proofy coin. And then I got one of them I do collect. The small nickels from Canada. I do collect those small nickels and large pennies. And then I wasn't going to, but I did because nobody was bidding on them. This Thomas Edison commemorative coin from the United States Mint. And I got Ben Franklin commemorative coin from the United States Mint. This one is just a BU. This one is a proof. So, and like I said, you know, when you go to Durbin auction, I mean, almost immediately, within 15 minutes, they'll send you an email with your invoice on and your payment method. You pay PayPal or Venmo or whatever. And credit card you can pay if you want. And then when they send your package, not only do they package very well, Diane's cabin, very well. She does the invoices also, and will send you a paper invoice in your package. Just a class operation. Durbin Auctions, Joe Durbin Auction, and Diane's Cabin. They both have their own website. Joe does auction coins, and Diane does a lot of other stuff that's interesting. And you will be entertained by Her Majesty Bibby. Bibby is she's full grown size-wise, but she's still a pup. German Shepherd that Joe and Diane just got not too long ago. And Bibby does a lot of talking on camera. She's very camera shy dog, though. Very camera shy. Joe tries to get her on camera, but she takes a treat to get the hell out of there. She knows. She gives a side eye when there's a camera there, when the camera's on her. She knows. She doesn't like cameras at all. But Bibby is entertaining. The way they both talk to that dog. It's something else. Now we're making a bell for a shield. A bell for a shield. Ready for deer season? No, I have to sight in. What am I going to use this year? I have my Savage 220 20 gauge bolt action. I could use that. Or I can use my 350 Legend. I have that. That's in an AR platform. I have my 450 Bushmaster. I could use that. That's in an AR platform. I'm not liking the 450 as much as the 350 because of the kick and how loud it is. The kick is not bad in an AR platform. I wouldn't want to have it in a regular rifle. But my gun dealer over here, 2 miles away, says he has 400 Legend barrels coming for an AR. And I said, if you will please notify me when they come in, I would like to buy one because I got all the parts to make a 400 Legend. I just, all I need is maybe if you can still, I wonder if you can use a AR mags or if you can use, if they have a proprietary mag. But it's an AR lower, AR upper. A bolt face is different, I think, because it's the same bolt face as a 7.6239. I think. You don't have to use an AK mag. You can use an AR mag, but I'm not sure you can use a 223 or if you have to use a 350 or if it's proprietary. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to build a 400 Legend when the barrels come in because I got everything to do it except maybe magazines, so, and a bolt because the bolt face will be different. But the bolt carrier, buffer spring, buffer, all the same. Everything's the same. So we will see how that goes. I think the 400 will probably be the perfect in between for the 450 and the 350. The 350 when you shoot a deer, I mean, you can shoot a deer right in the heart and lungs, and that deer will travel 100 yards before it dies, which isn't a bad thing. It still dies. You just have to follow blood trail. You just have to know it. All right. And the Bushmaster, that deer will die right there, right now. But the Bushmaster's got a little bit more kick to it, and it's loud. It is a loud gun. So I want something in between. And I'm not sure, but I think if I do get it, I'm going to get a can for the 400. I'm going to put a can on it. Pay the tax. Yeah, I'll do that. And put a can on that gun. And maybe see if they'll make some subsonic for it. And kind of quiet that down. Either that or I'm going to put a can on a 350. One or the other. Need to quiet them guns down quite a little. I mean, hell, if I had to, Dale, I could take the old 12 gauge out. I mean, I got a smoothbore slug barrel for my Mossberg 500. Or no, not the Mossberg, for the Winchester. Might be for the Winchester. Let's see, which one's the pump? The 1200 or 1300? 1200, I think. Anyway, yeah, I can do that too. It doesn't matter. What else we got for straight wall cartridges here? Shotguns, 350, 450. I don't think I got much else for straight wall cartridges. I have my 480 Ruger pistol. I could use that. I've shot plenty of deer with that. What I'd like to have, if Marlin or somebody would make a 480 Ruger chambered lever action gun, like a 30-30, then I could have a companion gun for my pistol. I would really truly enjoy that. But the 480 Ruger is not, I don't know, people just don't like that round for some reason. That's another one that'll go into the dustbin of history, I think. But I like that round. The ballistics are halfway between a 44 mag and a 454 Casull. I have it in a 6-shot Ruger Red Hawk, Super Red Hawk, with a 9.5-inch barrel on, and it only kicks like a 44. So, I mean, I've shot a bear with it, and I've shot plenty of deer with it. So, I have nothing against that round whatsoever. What do you guys think of that? Uh, 303, yeah, it's a good round, but it's still a bottleneck, so you can't use it in Iowa. It's got to be a straight wall cartridge. Yeah, 35 rim would work. That's a straight wall cartridge. See you, Peter. Yeah, I saw your Red Rider. Yes, that is a classic. Yes, it is. The problem is I got 2 or 3 other BB guns, pellet guns downstairs that I never use anymore. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22. But I have 3 22s that are bolt action single shot, pull back the firing pin for training kids. And I don't use them anymore, but I have them. And see, the reason I do have them is because you can put shorts, longs, or long rifles in them. All 3. You don't need to switch in between. Like if you buy a 10-22, you're going to shoot 22 long rifle. That's it. You can get one made for magnums, yes, but none of them will shoot shorts or longs anymore. So longs, 22 long has fallen out of favor. It's gone away pretty much. I think I still have a couple boxes of shells. Shorts, I have quite a little 22 shorts. You want to kill something, you want to do it quiet, kill with 22 short. Got to be close, but it works. I have a lever action 30-30, and I don't use it. I've shot it. I shot a deer with it, but you can't legally use them for hunting up here in Iowa because it's a bottleneck cartridge, and it's a lever action Marlin, and I like the gun, and I always wanted one, so I put it away. I always wanted one. So I got one. Shot it, shot a deer, cleaned it, put it away. No, they weren't. Nothing was made in China back in the day. We had the manufacturing here until when? The 70s, 80s, right in there. That's when all the manufacturing left this country, went to China. Why? Because cheap labor, for one thing, companies could make a bigger profit. But what allowed trade with China? What allowed that? Our Navy. Our Navy, after World War II, we started to patrol the oceans and make them safe for every country. So every country could trade with everybody else for something. And we protected everybody's cargo ships. We did. It's time we quit doing that. And we're seeing our Navy get away from that now. You're seeing more and more pirates. You're seeing more and more bullshit with China and their Navy. But you're seeing more and more manufacturing going to have to come back here because we're not going to protect shipping from China anymore. We're not going to patrol that ocean. We're not going to protect their merchant vessels. So all of that infrastructure is going to have to come back here, like it was back in 50s, 60s. Okay. That's going to take 10, 15 years to rebuild that infrastructure back here again. And a lot of it, because of NAFTA and NAFTA 2, a lot of that's going to be done in either Canada or Mexico. Mexico's got better demographics, so population-wise. So, but their infrastructure, because in Mexico, everybody lives on the coast and the borders around the river basins. The middle of Mexico is nothing but a great big fucking desert. So infrastructure is going to, they don't have any roads and railroads into the middle of the country. And all of that stuff's going to have to be put in place. And then the factories are going to have to be built before all of that manufacturing comes back here to the United States. We have warehouses and stuff here and manufacturing facilities that have been abandoned and could still be reused. They have to be reutilized, but be stripped out and everything will have to go back in. All the newer generation of manufacturing stuff is going to have to go back in. Whatever, you know. And I don't like Peter Zeihan's politics at times, but he makes a lot of sense, especially when it comes to demographics and downfalls of civilization. As far as demographics go, China's on a decline, Russia's on a decline. Everybody's on a decline pretty much except for India. Canada's got, Mexico's got good population demographics. The United States does, yet I think in the next 20 years, you're going to see the demographic chart in America change. We have aborted so many people that we've had to import people, let them come in over the border because we killed our own people. And I'm going to tell you right now that the charts and the data says that most of those people we killed through abortion were black. A smaller percentage were white. Smaller percentage were of Spanish descent, Mexican Americans, and then smaller yet of Oriental descent. But one of our new trading partners is going to be Vietnam and Southeast Asia and Mexico and Canada. That's where our overseas will be in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, India, and our domestic will be Mexico, Canada, and here. We will bring a lot of manufacturing back to this continent, to North America. So there we go. When I finish this coffee, we're going to quit, guys, because almost 2 o'clock. And I got to go outside and do shit. I can get the tractor out. I got to load wood, haul it over to the goddamn shed, dump it. Then I got to stack it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Canadian Tire, 127 cal, 257 Magnum, Crossman, replica. Yeah, it's .177. I know it is. .257 Magnum. Western Auto. Yeah, a nice piece of walnut slab or oak slab be real nice. I got one real nice piece of wood up in the shed yet. That's slab. You know, it was cut. It's a board, but it's got bark all the way around it. You know, like you taking the slab off of a log at the sawmill. I still have one that's about 4 or 5 foot long. I was always going to put a big fish on it, either a big northern or a muskie. I just haven't got it yet. That's all. But it's still up there. Family planning, yeah. Yeah, no mercy for, yeah. You got to get back to pack anyway? Okay. Live edge. What is live edge? You're not talking about my outdoor edge knife, are you? Live edge. What are you talking about, Dale? Yep. I got an old powder horn for powder from my flintlock. Yeah. Dale, what do you got? What are you using for guns? In what state are you? Oh, on edge. I got it. Live on edge. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's why you say it. You gotta live free or die, buddy. You know, there are regulations and stuff that agencies put out that have the effect of law and the force of law that are not right. Morally, they're just not right. So I don't follow them. Seatbelt laws. Please tell me why we have seatbelt laws. Please tell me that. For my own good, for my safety, I believe I can make that decision. I don't need a government entity telling me that. And if you're going to give me a ticket every fucking time you catch me without a seatbelt, then I guess I'll just pay it. Actually, I tell them I'm going to take it to court. And then they have to set up a court date and send out all the paperwork and shit. And then I just pay the fine. So they've actually had to spend more money. And it's taxpayer money, I understand that. But they've had to go through the trouble, spend more money, put it in the system, in a computer, and the expense of printing and sending it out. Yeah, okay. I've made them do some extra work and spend some extra money out of their budget. Fuck them. Yeah, you don't have to retract any messages. It doesn't matter to me, dude. Yeah, I know. You gotta go to you got a local sawmill someplace. Go look and see if they got some slabs that you could use. Because they keep all the slabs, they sell that for firewood, or they chip it all. But if you can go through a slab pile and find yourself a nice piece, that'd be the way to do it, dude. That'd be the way to do it. I got an Amish sawmill about 11 miles away, so I can go up there and check. Yeah. Yeah, pre-seatbelt cars were takes, but I can make a decision about my own well-being. I don't need the government telling me. It's just like I did go and get a fucking COVID shot because I can make that decision for myself. I didn't wear a mask anywhere except when I went to the hospital or to the VA clinic. Those are the only two places. Everybody else could suck my ass. Government is too big and too intrusive in everybody's lives. And that's what they want. They want to control every aspect of your life. I rebel. I reject that. I don't want that. Fuck them. You need a garage for space, yeah, or just a rental shed, whatever, a rental storage space. But you know, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, tell a cop. Yeah, you know who you work for? You work for me, motherfucker. Yeah, and see what that gets you. Or going to court, tell the judge, hey, you work for me, dick. Yeah, see what that gets you, man. There are other ways to do that. There are other ways to show civil disobedience without being overly antagonistic, I guess, is what I want to say. Just quietly don't follow certain rules and regulations and laws that are unjust and immoral. I won't do it. Yeah, and I'm not so much sure anymore, Corey, that voting makes any difference. I think it still does to a certain extent, but um, everyone, I think, from God, for the last 50 or 60 years anyway, have all been, I don't want to say pre-selected for us. We have, like George Carlin says, we have the illusion of choice. We don't have choice. We have the illusion of choice. I'm putting my wrist brace on. We have the illusion of choice. Going back to, man, going back to FDR, I think we've had vice presidents or presidents that have been selected for us. If a populist president got in, then a vice president is selected for him to keep him in line with what the global elite's agenda is. Let me see, as far back as I can remember, man, who was Nixon's vice president? Well, who was Kennedy's vice president? John Kennedy's vice president was LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, a Texas multimillionaire. Yeah, he was there to keep Kennedy in line and to take over should something unfortunate happen to the president. Okay, and Johnson chose who as a vice president? Can't remember. They had Jimmy Carter and Gerald Ford. Jimmy Carter, populist president, Gerald Ford, placed by the global elites to keep Carter in check. Bill Clinton, he was the global elites president. Who was his vice president? I can't remember who Clinton was. I can't remember who his vice president was. Obama had Biden. Obama was selected. He was the one. Well, how about Reagan had Bush? Bush was a CIA dude. He ran for president. Who was his vice president? I can't remember. Old man Bush, who was his vice president? And then you had Junior Bush, who was his vice president. Redonkulous. Terrence Pop did a video on him and Battledorf, and I think Evil Button Pusher Monkey did a video on vice presidents and why they matter. And Obama had Biden, and Biden had Harris, and Harris picking walls. All of those people are communists. Fucking straight up, straight through fucking communist. Now, Trump, when he was president, had Dickhead for his vice president. And Dickhead was there just to keep him in line, just to keep the populist president in line. We will see this time around when Kamala gets beaten, because I don't think they're going to be able to cheat enough to keep Trump out of office. They're going to try like hell. They've tried with all the court, with all the legal maneuverings. They've tried with Russia collusion hoaxes and all kinds of shit, hush money trials, and all of that fucking crap. They've tried it legally. They've tried it illegally. They tried to fucking kill him, and they'll try again, I'm sure. Before he becomes president or while he's president, they will fucking take him out, because I think this time he knows that J.D. Vance is a good dude, and that if something happens to him, that Vance will be as anti-establishment or anti big government, just like him. So you have to look then who's going to be in his cabinet. This chief of staff. Who is Obama's chief of staff when he was in office? Susan Rice. Who is Kamala Harris's chief of staff? Now it's Obama's or Biden's chief of staff that he's in office after Obama. Susan Rice. Who will be Kamala's chief of staff when she's in office? Because she's just a fucking idiot. And Walls ain't much smarter than her, intelligence-wise, will be Susan Rice. You want to bet? You want to bet? We'll see. If Kamala gets in, first thing you need to look at is to see who her chief of staff will be. And it will be Susan Rice. I guarantee it. Yeah, man, it's been going on for 55 years. Well, ever since McCarthy. McCarthy said the government was fucking being infiltrated by communists, and he went on a communist witch hunt. Guess what? He was disgraced and fucking left office in disgrace. And you know what? He was fucking right. He was fucking right. Why do you think the United States is giving Ukraine all these weapons, intelligence, and as much help as they can without overtly sending troops over there? Because Russia told us at one time, Khrushchev told us, they would take us from the inside. They wouldn't fucking dare take us from the outside. And they've been doing that ever since the fucking end of World War II. All right? So what are we doing to them? we're going to take them from the outside. But even if we took Russia and established a democratic government there, it wouldn't be democratic as we know it. It will be a communist democratic government. They will have the illusion of choice. They will have the illusion of rights, but they won't have any. All of their lives will be controlled just the fucking like ours are. I don't know, man. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm not going to be alive to see it. I don't remember who was Bill's vice president. Oh, yeah, I do. Al Gore. That stupid motherfucker. But he was a straight up fucking communist too, just like fucking Clinton was. So, God, it was a good thing he didn't become president. Fuck. Bush beat him, but Bush is a fucking military globalist too. He was for unending wars, just like his dad was. His dad was a CIA director, head of CIA before he became fucking president. Bush Jr. learned from his dad. He's a fucking communist too. And who was Bush Jr.'s VP? Damn, I can't remember. I don't remember Bush Sr.'s VP. Oh, man. Reagan, Bush Cheney. That was George W.'s Cheney, and he's another fucking globalist, Blackwater asshole, Black Rock asshole. Who was Bush the first? Was it Gore? No. The Clinton? No. Who the fuck was Bush one's? Old man Bush's VP. Can't remember anymore. Was it Gore? Yeah, it was Gore. And he ran against Bush Jr. Bush Jr. won through a close. He won the electoral college, but Gore won the popular. Yeah. Fucking how that went to the fucking Supreme Court. Anyway, they were both. Gore is a fucking idiot, but a globalist too. And then we had Bush Jr. with Cheney, and they were both fucking communist assholes. And then after Bush, we had Clinton. And who the fuck was Clinton's fucking VP? Jesus God, it's hard for me to remember VP. And then we had Obama, who had Biden, and Biden, who had Harris. Obama's been running the show since he was president. That's it. Through Susan Harris. Susan Harris is his right-hand man. Tell him. All right, I gotta go, man. I'm gonna cut this off. We're over 2 o'clock. Hanging Chad. Yeah, that's right. That was the stupidest fucking thing. All right, guys, I gotta go. So we're gonna. God damn it! I put that fucking thing on. I gotta take it off. There we go. Live free or die, you motherfuckers. Remember, if a law is unjust, immoral, illegal, fucking don't follow it. Do your best to quietly not follow shit. Quiet civil disobedience. We will see ya. Bye.